Boosting policing in the province in a bid to eliminate gangsterism. President Cyril Ramaphosa and Police Minister Bheki Cele are launching the anti-gang unit in Cape Town this morning. It's already been operating in Nyanga, Bonteheuwel and Bishop Lavis since last month. And so far, over 50 arrests have been made for various crimes, including murder and drug possession. Now, eNCA's Lester Kiewit is in Hanover Park for us this morning. Lester, a very good morning to you. And what can you tell us about this anti-gang unit? Like we say, it's already been operating in certain parts. How successful has that been?
Well, definitely, since the 8th of October, the anti-gang unit has been in operation. As you said, more than 50 arrests have been made, mainly for the possession of illegal guns and dangerous weapons in and around the Cape Town area. Now, the unit was 10 years ago. It was disbanded, and after quite intense pressure on government, has been reformed and will be officially launched by President Cyril Ramaphosa as well as Police Minister Bheki Cele here in Hanover Park today, which is a crime hotspot within the Cape Town area. Many people have welcomed the reformation of the anti-gang unit. Yesterday I spoke to the Cape Town's Mayoral Committee member for Safety, JP Smith. He says that he has welcomed the reinstatement of the gang unit. They've, particularly the Democratic Alliance, has been calling for its reinstatement since it was disbanded 10 years ago. JP Smith telling me yesterday that he has nothing but well wishes for this gang unit, congratulating the president, but a little bit too late. In the last few months, we've seen an increase in gang violence here in and around the Cape Town area. Now, this afternoon, or this morning rather, the president, we understand, will be going on a walkabout in some of the areas here in Hanover Park, and then later will be officially be launching that anti-gang unit. Now, many people have argued that this is a reactive step, that they're dealing with the consequences of crime, but they're more intensive measures, including education, social services, also have to be deployed to areas like Hanover Park to not only deal with the effects of gangsterism and crime, but also to nip it in the bud and to prevent any, particularly young children, from falling into a life of gangs and crime.
Well, how does an anti-gang unit actually work, Lester, if you have some idea? Are we talking constant patrols? Are we talking tip-offs from the community and then they respond? Is it an ongoing thing? Are they there all the time?
From what we understand, at first it would be a rapid response unit to a gang activity that has been reported in terms of any violence or shooting. But at the same time, there's also a manner of creating high-profile investigations, bringing in those investigations, undercover units also patrolling areas and trying to get to the bottom, not only on street gang level, but also affecting or targeting those gang bosses and so-called high flyers. We do have the POCAT, the Prevention of Organized Crime Act, which police will also try to be using to not only target street-level gangs, but also to the bosses and the organized crime behind these gangs. We do know that gangsterism, particularly in the Western Cape, is not just what happens on the Cape Flats, but also the illicit trade and the illicit market behind these, particularly in drugs, particularly in the poaching and sale of abalone, particularly within the illegal sex trade. And so it's an all-encompassing strategy that I'm hearing that government wants to implement. Firstly, fighting gangs on the ground, on the Cape Flats, but then also using those investigations to target high flyers and using the Prevention of Organized Crime Act to prosecute those matters and put particularly those high-flying bosses behind bars.
All right, thanks very much for that, Lester Kiewit in Hanover Park.